Hey guys, before we start today's show, I just wanted to let you know that my other podcast, 20th Century Boy, is back this week. I'm talking all about seeing Paul McCartney live here in Melbourne, as well as the new Blink-182 album and a bunch of other stuff. I would love for you to go and listen to that. It's out every Thursday, wherever you're listening to this. And while you're at it, give this podcast 5 stars on Spotify if you're listening there. Let's get into it. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 3 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Azkaban. Everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. Sam is here, and Patreon supporters, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. We just did the longest. We always do a bonus at the start. We probably just did 12 minutes. What did we talk about just then? Fantastic. Neighbours.
The mics were on for that? No.
Some of the worst chat ever. No.
Fantales, Neighbours, television shows we have worked on, of which there are multiple, but only a few.
What actually led to the Neighbours chat just then? You were talking about something that was unrelated, and then I brought up Neighbours.
I don't know why you brought up Neighbours, but maybe because you just were thinking about, when good neighbours become good friends.
Neighbours is an Australian soap opera. Patreon listeners will already know that because we talked about it.
Do you think anyone here doesn't know what Neighbours is?
I don't think Americans would. It's big in the UK.
And is this podcast big in the US?
Yeah. Huh. There's a few US listeners. One is, I don't know all their names, to be honest.
Well, shout out to you guys. And I'm so sorry what's going on over there.
If you want a bonus...
I say that every time.
If you want a bonus unrelated to Harry Potter, sometimes related to Harry Potter chat for 10 minutes each week before each episode, head to the Patreon, get full video episodes as well.
And it's good because we really build our energy. We really start from the bottom. Now we here.
And then halfway through, we decrescendo back down. And
no, you guys don't think that, do you?
We're reading the fanfic and we're like, oh God, remember that Neighbours chat? That was awesome.
No, well, I love doing this podcast. And
thanks, man.
Is what Mike told me to say. And
sometimes I listen back to this podcast and I genuinely listen. I'm like, oh my God, Sam is the funniest person I know. I'm not joking. Sometimes I'm just like, you're always just on another level. The speed at which I just say concepts. I think I just say concepts that I think could be funny, and then you have a joke.
Just put the moles on me. This is gonna be the least funny episode ever. No, I don't. It is funny. Our core demographic is us. So when we listen, we're like, God, that's hilarious.
But I do.
But we because we were out the other night, and it's so funny that whenever anyone asks Mike what the podcast he does is about, because we were out seeing Jackie's show, which is amazing.
We went to Jackie Hutton's Melbourne Fringe Festival show, which was called Virtually a Reality, is making a return at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Well, then that's good, because I was going to say, we plugged it last week. That episode came out today. The show's over.
Recording, so
the show is over by the time the plug came out. So anyway.
Yeah, we did. Oh, shit.
You're joking.
Oh, shit.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking.
What's happening? You didn't press record?
No, the SD card's going to fill up.
You are fucking joking.
Explain to the listeners why that's annoying.
I wouldn't usually be angry at this. I would. Mike has built this up. Half the Patreon was about how proud he was.
And tell him the text I sent you as
well. Oh, Mike said, you called me as well. And then you said, are you coming over at 3? And I wasn't. I told him 3:30. And he said, you're going to freak out when you get here. I got here thinking there was going to be a celebrity here that, I thought Margot Robbie was going to be here or something, or at least Hamish Blake, or at least the AI version of Hamish Blake that's scamming people at the moment. But no, Mike had cleaned the house, which is impressive. But then he said,
And I had done the bare minimum setup that should be happening every week on this podcast.
which is Mike's like, I've cleaned and the SD card, the camera's not going to run out of battery. I've emptied the SD card. It's full. The microphones are ready. The levels are right. And literally 3 minutes into the podcast, the SD cards fill up. But you told me you reformatted it and it wouldn't fill up.
I don't know what's going wrong. Okay, we're picking it up. I won't edit that out because that's actually ironically funny.
Oh, gosh. Mikey.
What were we talking about before that?
Jackie's show.
Yeah, great show. It
was awesome. So congrats,
hang on,
Jackie.
I didn't fix it.
And it was great. It was awesome. So congrats, Jackie. It was awesome. But you can actually, so we can plug it for next year now.
Yeah, you will be able to see it at Comedy Fest, yes.
So that was awesome. It was good. We caught up outside of podcasting hours, which we don't make a habit of.
And Zach Miller came with us as well.
Yeah.
Who
basically, if you'd been on this podcast, you were invited to a night out of frivolous activities.
If you've been on this podcast more than once, which probably is just you, Zach, and Jackie.
Yeah.
No one else came back.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad. Well, Dilrook's calling.
And
I hear he's been calling.
And they're also the two people I text when you're not available.
They're great.
I call
They're both
Zach,
great.
like, can you please do? He's like, I'm pretty busy today, man.
Anyway, we went and it was just funny seeing someone just said to Mike, oh, what's your podcast about? And you crumbled. I'll be honest. You crumbled like a Sara Lee dessert, which is being discontinued.
And that's a reference to the Patreon bone.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it was too.
Yeah, I don't know why I crumble.
It's sometimes easier for other people to sometimes like, what is this about? What is my own work about?
Yeah.
And someone else can come in and go, oh, that's about this. That like someone else can sum it up better from the outside.
True. Yeah.
But they
so
just
you
said,
had to step in.
Yeah, because someone just said, oh, what's your podcast? And I don't even know what you said.
I didn't say anything.
You talked for about 40 seconds. You're like, oh, it's dumb. It's like
I always
it's like,
start with, oh, it's stupid.
It's stupid. It's stupid. You wouldn't like it. It's like a thing that
Which is an insult to everyone
Harry
that
Potter,
listens.
it's kind of like Harry Potter, kind of like life. And I was just like, Mike, it's this.
Yeah.
You wrote a Harry Potter fan fiction when you were 15 or 13.
It's in the intro every week.
And sorry. And I was just read the intro. Just say the intro to people. Yeah, and we read our chapter every week.
Yeah.
And then often everyone always says, "Oh, so it's like my dad read a porno."
Yeah.
But like,
except this girl said, "Oh, I wouldn't like it." Like she
did say that.
said, "I wouldn't like it. I hate Harry
you
Potter."
started with you wouldn't like it, and she said, "I agree."
And I'm like, "See," and I knew I shouldn't have told you. But
but they were great. Whoever that was.
Couple little tidbits. Last week on the show, we told people to send in for hat or not hat.
Yes.
Like, are you a hat wearing
I was
person?
talking about that. I talked about that today when I was doing a little warm up for the cheap seats.
Oh, really?
I just briefly said that bit about people can tell when you're not a hat person.
Well,
So
Kiz, who, I mean, maybe his name's Kieran, I don't know.
Here's what a legend has actually sent this in.
He said, for Harry Potter and the Boys, hat or not hat.
And the game here is we are guessing whether this person is a hat person or not. Can you tell? Because the fear is that when I go outside wearing a hat, I have a fear that people know I don't wear a hat.
It's hat shame. Yeah.
It's hat. You're like, they're going to be like,
they know.
We know.
Do you reckon Darth Vader got that when he first started wearing his hat?
His helmet. What do you think of the helmet? Yeah. Can he come out and go, what do you think of the helmet?
It doesn't suit you.
No.
So Kiz has sent a picture. He's clearly a tradie.
Okay.
He's got a big
Oh my
bushy
God.
beard. And he actually wears glasses.
Looks like a very happy legend.
He's wearing glasses and then he's wearing a snapback kind of, maybe like a trucker cap that says territory time.
Territory time.
And
so I guess what I'm looking at here is this a hat that he regularly wears or is this a novelty hat he just found in this car?
he's in a car, yeah. I'm going to say he is a hat guy. And you know why I'm going to say that?
Why is that?
Because I don't think anyone listening would have gone to the effort to find a hat just to do this.
I think they might have, but
Okay.
my instinct is yes, hat guy.
It does suit him.
because you can see he's got long hair there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that's a long hair. You chuck the hat on, the hair flows at the back,
It's
so it doesn't
a
go
good
to the
look,
front.
isn't it?
And I think that's such a specific hat that he's proud of that
Territory
hat.
time. What is that? Yeah.
Is it Northern Territory?
Yeah, I think it is. No, it's honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it's territory. So it's I think it's a beer company, and it's
Right.
It's about it's like, oh, we're on territory time here. As in, like, it's being relaxed. It's when you're like, hey, we'll have dinner whenever, or we're late. You know, it's territory time.
Okay, cool.
I've been to Darwin. I know.
Someone else send one in, and Kiz, let us know.
We reckon
right?
you are a hat person.
We reckon you're a hat guy.
Wow, so you can tell.
Yeah, maybe. Now, what were we had that's Harry Potter related? I had one thing.
Oh well, I thought we were going to keep talking about our expedition, which was, I mean, it's Harry Potter related in that we both host the podcast. But when we were going to Jackie's show and we're being shown to the venue,
yes,
and we weren't allowed to
bring drinks in,
so we just waited in this alleyway with a staff member who was like, "Can you guys hurry up?
Finish your drinks." Yeah.
And then
Mike, I said, I don't even know what I said.
Mike just said, "Oh,
while we wait,
do you want to play Thank God You're Here?"
and this girl, I think her name was Beck.
Yeah.
And she just went, yeah. So I was like, cool, all right.
I think she didn't go, yeah. She went, yeah.
No, I think she was excited.
Yeah, she was.
I think she actually was excited. And then I said, cool, Beck, come through the door. And then I said, thank God you're here. And we went
and we did a whole scene. And I don't think she loved it.
No, but I think she was unprepared, which is the nature of the game.
Hey, that's the nature of the beast, Beck. But don't quit your day job as a teacher.
Yeah, it was fun.
No, you were great. She's not listening.
She definitely did not know who we were. Hey, I did have one Harry Potter take.
Yeah.
So Dobby in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, he doesn't want Harry to go back to school. And the reason is because ultimately he wants to protect Harry because he knows that the Malfoys are trying to open the Chamber of Secrets.
Yes.
So he's trying to protect Harry. Starts off by sealing the barrier, and that's a physical preventative to stop him physically getting to school. Doesn't work. No. Doesn't harm him though. But then he bewitches a bludger in Quidditch that deliberately tries to break Harry's broom. And this is the thing I don't get is like, we've spoken about it before. Quidditch, you fall from your broom, you're dead. I don't care if it's magic.
You can die.
You can die. So to prevent Harry from being at the school, which is also to prevent him from being killed, Dobby is inadvertently trying to kill Harry.
Yes.
Not really doing the math that he's going to die either way.
Yeah, it's Dobby math, like girl math.
Yeah. What's girl math?
You ever heard about girl math?
No, it sounds sexist.
No, girls are the ones that say girl math.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like, this is girl math's happening at the moment, which is like, this dress is $400.
Yeah.
But if I wear it 10 times, it's like $40 a wear.
Yeah.
Or like if I wear it 50 times, what's that?
Yeah. 400 divided by 50, which, we all know.
$4.
Actually, that shouldn't be. It's $8.
Yeah.
It's
exactly. That's what girl math. $8. And then if I wear it that many times, and let's say every single time I wear it, I don't buy coffee that day. Guess what? The dress is free.
Yeah. That's kind of like when I spend money on an iPhone. I'm like, okay, this is like $1,500. But if I send a text every day, that's like a cent per use.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And if you receive a text, if you received a text from someone, which
it's still getting use out of it.
But anyway, so Dobby is just basically saying, well, I don't want Voldemort to kill Harry, but if I kill him, that means Voldemort's not killing him.
which is what I wanted to do. That is what I'm trying to stop happening.
I think because he really wanted Harry to be essentially. I guess if Harry nearly died and was paraplegic, that would be that's a win for him. Why was Dobby? I know we're the Harry Potter podcast here, but why was Dobby protecting Harry again?
I think
is he just a fan?
I don't know. Actually,
he's just an obsessed fan. Because he works for the Malfoys.
He works for the Malfoys, so really, he shouldn't. And like. They always talk about
the boy who lived. Maybe he's just fanboy.
Yeah, he's like, I know I work for these guys and there's like a magical enchantment that forces me to do everything they tell me unless they give me a sock. But, I just love Harry Potter. I got to save this kid. Because also when you think about it, why is he even able to do that? Like, because he's always like, I had to iron my hands because I broke the rules. But it's like, if you can just do anything you want anyway, why don't you just teleport to Hawaii and chill out for a bit? Like,
amazing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clearly he can do that.
Yeah.
And then the Malfoys would have to find him.
But we shouldn't discount the trauma that slaves would be experiencing.
But I don't think...
Why don't
We're
slaves
wading
just go to Hawaii?
into dangerous territory,
No.
but I was going to say, I don't think real life slaves can freely teleport wherever they want, which is worse than Dobby, who
I agree.
seemingly can do that. And he does seem to have some freedom as long as he punishes himself after.
And he seems to have a bit of time off, doesn't he? Yeah. They don't really notice he's gone.
Yeah. The thing about house elves that I also don't get is, okay, so you've got a house elf who is literally a slave, like a house slave, but you can't present them with clothes. So that does mean that the Malfoys are doing their own laundry because they can't go to Dobby and be like, hey, do the laundry. It's like, well, guys, if I'm doing the laundry, I'm holding your clothes.
Dobby just walks out the door wearing one of Narcissa's dresses and like, see you guys.
Oh, wait, no, we didn't mean that.
Thanks for the memories.
Yeah, God, that's good. Do we have anything else, or should we? Because we've been going for probably 40 minutes.
Sorry, well, I guess let's get in.
We'll get into the fanfic.
Yeah, I mean, not much else. I did eventually see those. Tom Felton Uber Eats ads. I've seen some now.
Oh, actually, that was what I was going to bring up as well.
Uber Eats.
No,
love some.
There are rumors that they've casted Voldemort in the new Harry Potter TV series,
right.
and apparently, it's going to be Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Who I have no idea who that is.
I can't believe you don't know who Cillian Murphy is.
Who is Cillian Murphy?
I just want you to keep saying because you're gonna feel like you're a fool. You don't know who Cillian Murphy is.
No, what's he been in?
Oh, try Peaky Blinders much?
Ah.
He's Batman Begins?
Who is he in that? Definitely not Batman.
The Sandman.
Sandman? Isn't that a Spider-Man?
Sorry.
That's a
Not
Spider-Man
Sandman.
villain.
The main villain in Batman Begins.
I'm going to be honest. Of the Dark Knight trilogy, I've only seen The Dark Knight. I haven't seen Batman Begins or Dark Knight Rises.
Who
is the Sandman?
No, there's one scene where I think he puts this sack over his head and then people start hallucinating.
Potato sack?
Yeah.
No.
But he's not potato sack, man.
So wait, it's not Penguin.
Scarecrow.
Okay, so I was close.
Scarecrow.
Potato sack.
Sandman, But Scarecrow's someone full of sand.
It's just like in The Wizard of Oz. It was the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Sandman.
Was that me last week stuffing that up?
Wait, what?
Was it last week we were talking about The Wizard of Oz?
Were we?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I think we were.
Yeah, and I stuffed up because I was thinking of who had the brain.
That's right, yeah.
If I only had a brain.
Yeah. Well, let's do the fanfic.
No, but I feel like I need to show you a picture of Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy. So he could be Voldemort in the new series.
You know what? Cillian Murphy does look like, I think this is quite insulting, the back of Quirrell's head version of Voldemort. Now,
really? Have you seen the memes about that? Because in the first Harry Potter movie, when Voldemort's on the back of Quirrell's head, he actually does have a bit of a nose, but then he doesn't have a nose when he comes back. Have you
That's
heard that?
right.
Yeah. Guess they just didn't know what they were doing at that point.
Now, you've got that picture in your head.
Yeah.
Now, is this insulting? Do you think this guy looks like the back of Voldemort?
Yeah, in that picture, he definitely does.
So you don't recognise him?
No.
I cannot. He's one of the most.
He looks like Superman there.
No, that's when he's.
Is that in Batman Begins?
Yeah.
Okay, because he looks like Clark Kent.
You haven't seen.
I was going to say, he actually looks like Tom Welling, who was Superman in Smallville.
I can't believe you haven't seen Peaky Blinders at all.
Anyway, let's get into the fanfic. But very cool.
Anyway, he's amazing. I think that if he's in anything, he's Irish.
And at the end, Sam's going to do a non-Harry Potter related meme that we thought was funny, but we probably should get into the fanfic.
He's in Oppenheimer. He's the Oppenheimer guy.
I haven't seen Oppenheimer.
Neither have I.
It's too long.
And he's in Inception.
Far too long.
Dunkirk much?
Sam?
So I'm reading his IMDb.
I'm going to pass you...
Oh, we're on the iPad
the
again.
iPad, which of course contains today's chapter of Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Azkaban.
And I think we also, continually we thank the listeners.
Thank you, listeners.
And we thank...
For what? For listening.
For listening.
Oh, yeah. For sticking around.
Thank you to Roadcaster.
We're not doing sponsors.
For supplying us with these microphones. And
Hey,
Mike bought it full retail price.
Sorry, guys. Actually, two things. I'm going to say two things that are linked, but I'm not going to say how they're linked.
Oh,
but
this is like connections on the New York Times.
On the weekend, I bumped into Amy's boyfriend,
No
super listener
way.
Amy. I bumped into her boyfriend who
How's
was
this
at the
just
live
coming
show.
up now?
Because it was on the weekend. It just happened.
Yeah, but as in, we've been going for 40 minutes.
Bumped into Amy's boyfriend. Second thing, remember I said they are related, but I won't say how.
Okay.
A bunch of people, and we encourage this, radiomikepod@gmail.com or Instagram to either of us. Send in your thoughts, theories, questions, concerns, anything about the book or just the pod in general about what you think might happen. I will say one listener sent in a theory via email. One listener. And because I kind of know what happens in this book because I read through it before we start recording.
Wow.
One listener has picked it.
And you ran into Amy. So did Amy's boyfriend.
No, Amy's boyfriend doesn't listen to this podcast. Anyway, let's start by reading the title of the chapter.
Wow. That mystery wasn't close enough that anyone could grasp onto any detail.
I actually said to Amy's boyfriend, "Hey, thanks for coming to the live show, man." He was like, "Oh, yeah, it was all right." No worries, man. Sam, last week I have no memory of what happened last week
because I obliviated you.
Okay. Do you
bastard.
remember what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, we assume the listeners do.
Yeah, we all remember. And
it was Transfiguration, and Derek did the spirit jump into the suit of armor. Remember?
Yes.
And we pick up at chapter 24, and we start by reading the title of the chapter.
And this is amazing because we usually do a bit of a tease to the next chapter last week.
Yes,
but
we
didn't because you didn't have the PDF on.
Yeah,
so this is the first time I've seen. Right now, you all know the title of the chapter, and I don't.
Sam does now.
Now I do.
About to read it
and
out
it's
loud.
hilarious.
And go for it, Sam.
Chapter 24, Sexpecto Patrocum.
And that is such a genius play on words.
That's simply amazing.
Sexpecto Patrocum. I like that sound effect in Harry Potter where they use the Patronus in the movies. So they use it and it's like...
Does it go? Yeah, it's like a lightsaber.
I think it does. It sort of is like a lightsaber.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I think when Harry uses the stag one in the third movie, there's a bit of like... almost like hallelujah chorus. So there's a little bit of like surrounding it.
As it goes.
As the stag's running around the lake. There is a bit of that. Go watch that scene. There's just a bit of Let's go. Let's keep talking. All right, here we go.
Great wordplay. Okay. As the boys left the Transfiguration classroom, they'd finished classes for the day, and honestly, things were feeling kind of normal for once. They played Foursquare outside in the main hall, and the sun was shining. I'm not sure what season it was. Check the calendar,
That's
mate.
season 3 of the pod.
That's true.
Not year 3, as we know. Long-time listeners
They
would know.
played Foursquare outside. Oh, wait. They played Foursquare outside in the main hall. For fuck's sake. Anyway. And the sun was shining.
Do they have Foursquare in America? It's down ball as well. What did you call it at school?
Well, I said Foursquare was the one that was in this 4 squares. Down ball, I always thought was the one against the wall.
That's what I thought as well. But since I finished school, it does feel like down ball is now just any kind of hand bounce ball game.
Hand to tennis ball combat.
To square or to wall.
Yeah. I guess, I think we did call it that.
Did you have a lot of at my primary school, you could do sharkies. Did you have sharkies? Sharky is when you hit it over.
Sharks.
You hit it over without a bounce.
Oh.
But at high school,
okay.
they called them cherries.
Oh.
What did you call them?
Because you had to call it before you did it.
You had to call it. You couldn't just do it. You had to call it. Yeah.
Please, I hope people do know this long lost form of entertainment, which is when
So many rules.
kids are on the ground and there's
4 squares.
There's 4 squares painted on the ground or
Yeah.
drawn in chalk or whatever you want to do, and you use a tennis ball, and the tennis ball hits your hand, bounces on the ground, then goes into the other square.
Well, and if it doesn't get into another square, if it goes out, that's out. Now, generally, there's 4 tiers. There's king, queen, jack, and dunce.
I think we have spoken about
We've talked about this before.
Damn it.
Because then we were talking
God
about
damn it.
double dunce and
But
emperor.
I remember at primary school we had setups.
We called them tap-ups. Is that where you go tap?
So someone would hit the ball to you, and you would be able to go setups, and you just tap it up, and then you hit it.
Yeah, like a volleyball kind
bang.
of. Yeah. So we had
Setups was
tap
great.
ups and then tap downs. So a tap down is where you tap it up and then bounce it.
Yeah.
Tap up is where you tap it up and then hit it on the full. Then there was also swap rally. Did you have swap rallies?
Oh my God, because you challenge.
Yeah, challenge. So we had swap rally where you hit it, you say swap rally, and if you're in dunce and you swap rally with king and they lose, you actually swap with king. But if they say break, right, you could go swap rally and they can go break and then they don't have to hit it back to you. But you can say swap rally, no breaks, right?
In my brain, I'm just like meow 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 meow.
Did you also have ever ready when you're serving?
Yeah.
Ever ready? And it's no, that means you can't say, oh, I wasn't ready. So I said ever ready.
So funny, because that would just be people. So then you'd be like, you'd think you were the fucking coolest kid because you'd like turn around like backwards, like you're not about to serve, like, ever ready, and then you just like do a backwards little serve. Almost always backfire.
Just be like looking, oh guys, look over there. Is that Mr. Campbell? Is he on yard? Ever ready?
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's like, oh, you were distracting us. Said ever ready.
Oh my God, has Jessica fallen down and got a compound fracture and her bones are sticking out of her leg? Oh, ever ready. Oh, is that your dad who haven't seen in 10 years? Oh, ever ready. You
Gotcha.
idiot. You
Get
fucking
out.
idiot. And your dad.
You idiot.
You're out and your dad's not here. You fucking loser.
He's never coming
He's
back.
never
Let's
fucking
pick up
coming
the
back.
book.
He
Send
didn't-
in your own 4 square rules. We'd
I
love to
love
hear
that
it.
challenge and unchallenged. But they should have. I mean, imagine. you imagine if the budget was lower on Harry Potter, they'd be like, okay, we're at Quidditch is out. Why don't we just make them
Down ball.
Down ball,
Yeah.
square.
Hey, can I say it does feel like it's getting to the point where we need to have 2 separate podcasts.
Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, you're
Which
right.
I don't think is a bad thing because I think people would listen to me and you just talking shit. But often the shit talking is spurred from the book. That's the problem.
We should do our tangents in 30, 60, or a minute 30 length.
Bite-sized bits.
so that you can skip.
No, I don't want people to skipping. I think this is the pod.
Don't skip this.
But I think the pods are going to start being 90 minutes and then people will never actually hear them anymore.
I think what's happened is Mike was away for a long time, and so we're still kind of in catch-up mode. And don't worry.
Do we just end this episode here?
No, we can't. In 3 weeks' time, we won't be doing any tangents.
Okay. So this is, you just get in what you get, guys.
okay. It'd be weird to stop the podcast now and then make people wait another week.
We read one paragraph.
Fuck.
I think
All
it's a
right.
long chapter. Like it is like we might have to do. We're already 35 minutes plus 10 minutes
Guess
on
what?
Patreon.
I might regret saying this. No more tangents.
No,
there might be. Okay. Gemini had still been in the hospital wing, so was not able to explain anything that had happened to him, which is convenient to the plot and potentially convenient to Mr. Charger from a legal perspective. Because Gemini
Gemini was kidnapped by them, but remember he came out of the forest. The
sorry, yeah. He was kidnapped. He was the one that's been kidnapped the whole time.
Yes,
Yeah, great.
yes, correct.
A womanly, cowardly scream erupted through the area.
Just the area.
The area.
The general area.
Just ignore it, Rob said. Remember, if we don't respond to stuff that's happening in the book, the narrator can't force us to be involved. Whatever that person is screaming about, we do not need to be involved.
And this really does feel like off camera or off page, the boys have had a conversation being like, so basically every time something happens, we go there.
Yeah.
And then we end up being in the midst of it. If we just ignore it, we're not responsible.
Let's just play Foursquare.
Guys.
Like, if we deserve a little break.
We're just kids. They can't be like, why didn't you go and save fucking Hermione? It's not our responsibility.
Exactly. Why didn't an adult do it?
Yeah, why didn't one of the teachers do it?
Don't talk to strangers, especially if they're screaming. at you. Okay. Yep, swap rally, Michael said, as he hit the ball back to Robin Foursquare. I thought we were going to stop talking about Foursquare, but we're not. Then we have dot, 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 a lot of blank on the page.
Blank, yeah,
Blank,
half a page of blank, which does sort of speed up the chapter
yeah,
read a bit.
that does. Blank space on the page. Shout out to the Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay.
This is the narrator.
Fuck. Okay. Don't you think you should go investigate those screams?
So the narrator's like, oh, fuck, well, I can't do my job. If they don't do their job, I can't do my job. No one's like getting paid.
I know. You could go into, you could move into Foursquare commentating. No, said Tom. We're not interested. We're just students. We don't need to investigate every scream. It's not our job. We just go to school here.
Which is what Harry Potter could have said.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Dumbledore could have said to Harry, you don't need to solve all the problems at the school. If there's a basilisk in the pipes, you just go to your classes. Me and Professor McGonagall, you know, we've got Professor Snape. We're very talented wizards. We'll look after it. You do your classes, mate. You don't have to worry about it.
Yep. Hey, I think there's something crazy going down in the chambers. Look, I have charms homework due tomorrow. I've got a charms assignment. And
Professor Flitwick is piling it on Harry. I'm not fucking coming down to the Chamber of Secrets with you.
Yeah, when I get into Flitwick's class tomorrow morning, if I don't have my, like, you know, if there's still a snake going around the pipes, he's not going to be like, Harry, there's a snake in the pipes. But he will notice if I've done my, if I've done my homework. Anyway, so the narrator, guys, come on. No, said Sam. Okay, I really didn't want to have to do this, but fine. Snap! The narrator snapped his fingers, and the boys were transported instantly, against their will, to the hospital wing, where an eruption of activity was occurring. That is a new power we did not know about. This is absolutely insane.
The narrator is operating on another level of magic in which they can just snap their fingers and move everyone to the scene.
That is... So, like, I feel like this has gone up another level. It's good because, like, we've had communication between the narrators and the boys before.
Yeah. Now the narrator can dictate the scene. It's like, all right, if you're not going to go to where the book is happening, I'm just going to write it that you
That's
were there.
clever. I think that's clever.
Of me or the narrator?
Of you.
Okay, thank you.
You've created in-world problems and then you've solved them, but without...
Like any good author.
Yes, but without any real explanation. And people, like J.K. Rowling, people go back and go, but why didn't they use that technology in the first book? Well, you haven't thought of it yet. Time turners? Don't know. Don't ask. Madame Pomfrey was running around with her hands in the air, simply screaming, ah! And the boys are like, fucking hell.
Classic Madame Pomfrey in this book.
You said this before, but she's a massive character now.
Getting around in this one.
Yeah.
Paul, the local murderer, is yet to reappear.
I really miss him. And he reminds me of a manager I had at the...
What? Paul, the local murderer, who's had like one scene.
Well, he was my manager at the RSL I used to work at. And to be honest, he kind of... I'd be like, yeah, he could be a serial killer.
Okay.
Just an odd guy.
That could be defamation.
Well, not if it's true.
That's true.
Prove me wrong. Prove you haven't murdered anyone.
Well, to be a serial killer, which is what you said, he would have to have murdered at least 2 people.
Okay, so he might get me there.
Yeah. I'm not a serial killer. I've only murdered one person.
When I used to work at this RSL, that honestly, the way that these boys reacted, they're like, I just go to school here. I used to do like, because people go, why don't, like, there's all the customers have big, why doesn't this happen? Why don't we change this? Why doesn't the manager do this? I just go, I just work here.
Yeah. I work here on Saturday nights.
I just work here.
I pour the beers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
doing my best.
Yeah.
So Harry Potter came into the room, saw Madame Pomfrey screaming, looked around and joined her, screaming and going, what? What?
Yes.
What?
Okay, so Madame Pomfrey is just running around the hospital going, ah, 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 and Harry's like, what?
Oh. There's some kind of panic. You know, a fartly apparition had appeared and taken a human form and was surrounding the hospital bed that Gemini Jones was laying on. I don't know how one human form was surrounding the entire bed, but that's okay. That's Sam saying that. The human form was unmistakably Mr. Charger, with no signs of his French disguise anywhere. Okay.
So he's, yeah.
The fartly apparition of Mr. Charger glanced around and he grabbed the body of Gemini Jones. He is out. Oh, what? He is. Oh, wait, what's his voice yelling?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Okay. He is ours. Do not follow us.
I think that's it.
We won't. We won't. Take the boy. Take the boy. Let us live. Let me live. Take Madame Humphrey. She's like 150 anyway. She needs this. Harry grabbed Madame Humphrey, used her as a human shield. Take Madame Humphrey instead.
Of course, like, you know, an inversion of the like, do not follow us. No, if you want him, you'll have to get through us.
Yeah.
It's like, we won't. Take him and be gone. How about your business? We won't say anything.
No, said Lockie. He stepped forward and fired a spell at Mr. Charger, who blocked it and sent it back to the boys. And who was this speaking? Harry.
Harry.
Yeah. Save yourselves. It's everyone for themselves. I'll call the cops. I'll get help. Harry ran out of the room, threw Madame Pomfrey at Mr. Charger, then charged through the boys, deliberately seeming to want to knock them down and cause a sort of blockage between him and Mr. Charger. And then actually grabbed Luke and threw him on top of Mr. Charger. Sorry, guys, I'm getting help. I promise.
He still is the best character.
He's so good. And look, if it's anything like last time, he'll just run to his office and lock himself in his office and do nothing.
It's getting repetitive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, on Spotify, you can do polls. So if you listen on Spotify, that's going to be the poll this week. Who's
seems
the
like a
funniest?
plot, yeah.
Who's the funniest character
Yeah.
in the book? And I'll put a few options.
Oh, Mr. Charger. No, Mr. Charger.
Harry.
Piano Jones is up there.
Okay, I'll put him in. But Dimmy, and
yeah.
that's divisive. But you know, it's going to be interesting to see.
Okay.
Let's keep
I
going.
heard Jackie really liked Dimmy.
Yeah, Dimmy's great. You're the only Dimmy denier. There's so many Dimmy defenders.
I think we're out there. And I see you. Whoever you are.
God, Dimmy's copping it hard.
We're linked for life. There's me and those guys. Mr. Charger carried Gemini toward the window and suddenly bursts out with a pulse of energy. Okay. Shattering the glass of the hospital winging and racing towards the Forbidden Forest. But what is this? It's like, is it ghostly? It's an apparition? It's not
I
really
think,
him?
yeah, it's something.
The boys are in disarray.
This is how I envision it. I did hear what you just said, but like I envision it as like it's like a ghostly-ish form, but it's like greeny yellow because I think that's how I picture farts.
Oh, you know what I've just thought?
Yeah.
Because I was like, maybe it's a bit like a Patronus. And then I realised Sexpecto Patronum.
Patrocum.
Is this his Patrocum, but of himself?
Possible. But I think this is just how... I think he can just travel through the fart realm because I think he solidifies, picks up Gemini, and then he goes back into fart form. I think it's just a transformation.
Fart realm, what's not and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, I did just coin
The fart realm and
That's
whatnot.
not an official
Carry
term.
on. Yeah, of course. Fartley ghost. Yep. Travel through the fart realm. Okay. The boys were in disarray. I think they're meant to say disarray. But it doesn't
Which still
say
doesn't
that.
make sense, I don't think. Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah. They notice a line of stench from the window to the forest.
That's what I mean. So I think it's like he almost like can turn into a cloud of fart dust and like fly through the air.
Yeah.
But you can see the trail of farts.
And you know what?
Like smoke. It's like smoke. What?
Sorry, you said it like, it's like smoke. You know smoke?
No,
You said it like,
it clicked. I'm like, it's like smoke. Everyone picture smoke.
You heard of smoke? Yeah, smoke, but like green. And I guess in the later movies, you do see like the Death Eaters and stuff. Voldemort. They kind of travel in this.
They can.
But it's not ever explained how that's happened.
No, and I don't think it's even canonical to the books.
No, but it just looks cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because really, apparating is just like you disappear, but they just kind of fly in smoke in like little...
Because you can't apparate in Hogwarts.
So true. Okay. So they notice a line of stench from the window to the forest, and then the line came back to Hogwarts.
Oh, so he's sort of gone...
Yeah. That's weird, but it means he's still here. As soon as they saw this, black smog, and smog is kind of like a... It's thicker
Smoky.
smoke. It's like... Think of fart smoke, but thicker and black.
Yeah.
Black smog and cold swarmed over the forest, and they saw them. The white, gooey, slimy Cumentors were en masse floating towards the castle.
En masse is actually like O-N.
Oh, yeah.
Mass. It's actually like a Latin. It's
Yes,
en masse.
E-N-M-A-S-S-E.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've just gone en masse.
Masse. Floating towards the castle, no doubt catching wind of the appearance of Mr. Charger. Hermione entered the room. Boys, come. We need to get you safe. But Hermione, Mr. Charger, he came back to the school. He's here, Michael began. There's no time, Hermione said, as she casually got a glass of water and washed her hands for 20 seconds. A glass?
It is post-COVID. So
Yeah,
that makes
yeah,
sense
that's true.
She'd washed that long.
Wow. Yeah. 2 happy birthdays, I think it is.
Wait, what? Oh, is it really?
You meant to sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. That was the British. In the UK. Our UK listeners will get it.
I don't remember that.
Boris Johnson much.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Who's the current Prime Minister?
Happy birthdays. Rishi Sunak.
I still think it's Tony Blair.
That was like 6 of them ago, I reckon.
Oh, really?
We had
There was Boris, and then there was the girl, the woman.
the girl.
The woman.
You are totally the guy that wrote this book.
The woman.
No.
So sexist.
Yeah.
The woman.
Liz
it was like
Truss.
2 days, right?
No, it was a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
But it was crazy because then the Queen
Died.
And she met the Queen. Queen died, and she met the King, and she went to the funeral and all that, and then she was gone.
Wow.
Good 2 weeks.
And that's a different podcast entirely.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, let's talk about UK politics another time. Where are we now?
20 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, quick. All the Gryffindor students are going with Professor Damo and Professor Charger. Charger. They will escort you to your common room. No, Hermione. No, Hermione, no. It just felt like that. If Professor Charger is here, then it's Mr. Charger. How have you not worked this out? Yelled Lockie. There's a lot of yelling in these books.
A lot of yelling.
Nonsense, boys. Anyway, there's no time for squabbling, said Hermione, as she put the kettle on and waited for it to boil before pouring herself a tea. Oh, sorry, I should have offered. You guys want one? I miss Ron. There, I said it. I miss Ron. There, I said it. That's so funny. Are you drunk? Asked Lockie.
This reminds me of this episode of The Simpsons, which is one of the newer ones, and it definitely wasn't out when I watched this, but it just reminds me of it.
So they could have stolen it from you.
Yeah, they could have stolen it. But it's like Lisa and Bart are like grown up, and they're like drunk in the treehouse together, and Lisa's like, "Do you think I should have married Nelson? We still talk on the phone sometimes."
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
That's really funny.
Yeah, does remind I miss Ron. There, I said it.
Oh, that's really good. Boys! Professor Damo had reached the door to the hospital wing, and the Cumentors were getting nearer. Come with us. Come. It's okay. So it's Monsieur Charger.
Yeah.
But I think if it was you've got come with W-I-V us, but it would be. I feel like French would be come with. No,
Come with us.
Oh no,
I don't know. Come with us. I don't know. Yeah.
Je suis no. Come with us, said Monsieur Charger with a quinting smile on his face. I was playing Scrabble the other day,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, I could do quint." I'm like,
And Q's worth a lot.
"Yeah, because I had like quint." I was like, "Oh no, that's not a fucking word." It's just from this stupid fucking book.
Did you have an S? You could have done squint.
I didn't.
Ah, damn.
Anyway, no, said all the boys together. Boys, you need to trust me. The Cumentors will not just stop if they find Charger. They are uncontrollable beasts. We need to get you to safety, said Cheeseman Damo. There was that line. You have to trust me. Oh, you did say no. He said you need to trust me. So it's actually not. That's actually not exactly what they said. And this really was a moment for the boys. Did they trust Cheeseman Damo? They didn't know what Derek knew, that he was best friends with Charger at school, that he missed Mr. Charger, and if anyone was helping Mr. Charger, it would be him. And Mr. Charger, as Monsieur Charger, was standing right next to him right now. and he was always with Monsieur Chargeur. How could he not see the truth? Suddenly, a comely smell cummed through the shattered glass. That's fucked. And 6 Cumentors had enshrined the hospital. What the frick does that mean?
Entered.
Right. Their hoods.
You know, like, hey, like, I've enshrined. I'm enshrining.
Enshrine?
Maybe.
Okay, their hoods like clitoral hoods. Just sitting there, hiding the truth beneath them.
Well,
Is clitoral hood a medical term?
yeah, the clitoral hood.
I guess so.
It's the little hood that surrounds the.
But why is it on the Cumentors? They
No,
don't.
I'm saying. I think it's a simile. It's like
It's a command metaphor. It's a metaphor.
metaphor. The Cumentors had hoods.
Sure.
And they were hiding. The hoods hide the true monsters behind them, which is sort of similar to a clitoral
True monster.
monster of pleasure.
I was going to say, let me move on, but it's disgusting either way. That salty smell of cum filled the room. It was disgusting. Someone actually vomit. Not even someone actually vomited. Someone actually vomit. The boys had no choice. They all ran to the door as the Cumentors' gooey claws began swiping toward them, trying to pull their pants down and perform the Cumentors' kiss. Professor Damo and Monsieur Chargeur led them down the stairs, where Socky Potter was laying there on one of the last steps. Harry must have dropped him again, added Tom. As they ran... Are you bored, are you? You wrote it.
Remember that neighbour's chat?
Yeah. As they ran down the stairs, Monsieur Chargeur accidentally tripped and rolled down, knocking all the boys over and injuring them. Luke even broke his arm in the fall, but they had to keep running.
So he's like, whoa, oh, sorry, Luke. Well, we don't have a choice. Let's keep running.
He's like, fuck, ow. Then Monsieur Chargeur saw a Cumentor and said, I'll take care of it, and said, Petrificus totalis, and narrowly missed Michael, and then said, wrong spell. That won't hurt Cumentors. Je suis très désolé, Michel. Je suis désolé. Which means, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Which is what he learned first
That
day, year
day.
7
Yeah.
French, I reckon.
Yeah, especially at our school. It's like, you're going to be saying this a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. It was a strict school.
And you say, I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
man.
sir. Sorry, man.
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
And je suis désolé for this podcast. Then one of the stairs caved in as they ran down the staircase, and the boys looked, and it was labelled, fake stair to cave in so the boys fall when the Cumentors come, when I come to take Gemini. I don't know, I guess you assume that stair has been in, he's had that, okay,
Ready
he's
to
labelling,
go.
okay, this is my stair for fake
He's
stair
got
to,
the whole year mapped out.
yeah. That's
He's
been
like that meme of the guy in front of the notice board with all the stuff.
What are you talking about? I don't know what that is at
And
all.
I'm never going to find that meme. Someone will know it.
No, they won't.
Okay.
Monsieur Chargeur, who had seen the boys fall through the stair, jumped over the phantom stair. So, okay, I guess there's a little...
Well, he set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were Cumentors all over the school. Students were in peril. Two students were leaving just... Oh, no. Two students were just hardcore fucking, saying, if I'm leaving this world, I'm not leaving a virgin. Wow.
You'd hope they're the older of age students.
Yeah, with each other.
I mean, if the world's ending.
Other students... I don't want to follow that thought. Other students and one of the teachers who cannot be named due to an ongoing investigation. I hope this doesn't go anywhere where we think it's going to go, because I have to flick the page now. So other students and one of the teachers who cannot be named due to an ongoing investigation joined in.
Oh, so that's what the
It was that.
investigation is.
And a large orgy began. If we have no cum, they can't suck out our cum.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, shit. I didn't think this would happen in the... I forgot how fucked this podcast gets.
Oh, the battery. We've been
joking.
We've been going so long, the camera battery's nearly
Oh, my God.
dead.
How long did it last? 2 minutes?
I'll plug it in. You keep going.
All the girls began helping the guys to empty their cum, but it wasn't good enough. The balls could regenerate cum simply too fast. The wonder of the human boy, it says. I don't think any of us should be saying the wonder of the human boy. Some of the Cumentors began licking the cum shots that had fallen on the floor.
Let's just keep reading.
In the quadrangle,
Sorry,
we should.
No. Yeah.
In the quadrangle-like area of Hogwarts, like the main entranceway, this is where the scene currently is.
Okay, so
Weird sentence.
that's like J.K. Rowling being like, in the tree area near Hagrid's hut with all the forest stuff. This is where we currently are.
That's where the scene's going to happen. Swarms of Cumentors rapidly coming for the boys. For the once coming is spelt the normal way. And everyone at Hogwarts. Harry was in his office reading Biggest Tits of Hogsmeade magazine.
It's back.
It's back. Hermione had done a cover shot because her pay wasn't high enough.
Aww.
Wow. Then he looked at his watch and was like, oh, I guess I should call the cops. He did forget. He called 000 and no one answered, mainly because that's the Australian emergency number. But also because he didn't have a phone, and also because Muggle police couldn't do anything, and also because wizards don't have police.
So it says he calls 000, the Australian emergency number, but then it says, but he didn't have a phone. So he's like, I should call the cops. He's just like pretending.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. Hello? Oh, hang on. No.
That's no phone there.
Hang on, I don't have a phone.
I think if you do call 000 anywhere in the world, if we call 911 right now in America, even though that's the American number, it will go to emergency services.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I don't think that's true, but I don't think we can test it.
So that means
I don't think that's true.
So you believe me?
But why would I be able to call 911? Why would I connect to 911?
It doesn't connect you to American services.
Oh, it goes to 000.
It redirects to 000.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever.
Thanks, it was my idea. I thought of myself. No, it's true. It does happen. Okay. Oh, we don't have police. Thank God that problem's solved. Neville popped his head up from under the desk.
No.
Why is something going on outside? Said Neville. Oh my God. Oh my.
What?
Pipe down and keep sucking, said Harry. Fuck. What the fuck? Why is Neville giving Harry a blowjob? This is insane.
Hey, Neville, I had this idea of just a way that we can
just do it.
Upskill you.
Upskill. Yeah, it's his sex lessons. Cheeseman Damo looked at the horde of Cumentors ahead. He looked behind him at the boys, then at Monsieur Chargeur. He was the only one who could act now. But what would he do? He took 3 steps forward, looked calm.
Is this Cheeseman Damo?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Closed his eyes in a meditation-like state, then opened them, raised his wand, pointed it at the Cumentors and said, Sexpecto Patrocum!
Love that.
It was I think I spat on the iPad when I did that. I'm so sorry. I really committed to that.
It's great. That's good
I hope
passion.
It was, or maybe it was the spell that was working. It was the second time the boys had seen this spell, and the magic was incredible. Out of Cheeseman Damo's wand came an eruption of seemingly white ocean of semen. Oh, a seemingly white ocean of semen that squirted and spurted and shot out as Cheeseman held his wand close to his crotch and almost lashed back and winced at each squirt from the wand. I hope no one's watching. That was Mike's acting out, not me, by the way. Each squirt from the wand until it burst open and shot all over the Cumentors. Sorry, I think I'm about to spew. Who gobbled it up and swallowed it, then retreated in what appeared to be fear.
Okay. So maybe they're satiated by it, but it's like, it makes them go, it's like a poison. It's like rat poison.
Yeah. It's like, rat poison that you think is like icing sugar. And then
yes.
And then you're like, give me that. You're like, oh, hang on.
This ain't sugar.
And that's what it... that's what Cheeseman Damo said. That ain't sugar, doll. So
Good. Last paragraph here.
yeah. Okay, so that's what the spell does. Okay. Monsieur Chargeur stood up to catch Professor Damo, who seemed weak, fell backwards and fell backward. Ah, Professor Damo, you saved les boys. You hero, Monsieur Charger said.
And that's the end of the chapter.
Wow.
Sorry, I forgot to put the next chapter in.
Oh, that's
so
okay.
We can't see the title.
So,
wow.
do you reckon Monsieur Charger didn't want Damo to save them? So that these kind of
What makes you think that?
was.
But didn't the same thing happen where... Because we found out that Monsieur Chargeur saved them at the Quidditch. And then he said, if you don't have souls, you're not useful to me. So it actually is kind of weird.
They need them for something else.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Good chapter, though. Fun,
Good
full
chappy.
of excitement. Gemini's gone again, I guess.
And and we've kind of
So we're kind of back to where we were.
Yes, it's like he got rescued. He's back now. We've got him back, and now he's gone again.
Someone rescued him. We don't know who. Yeah.
And I guess we learned that Sexpecto Patrocum, you just shoot a cum out of your
wand,
Wand,
but it's
and that-
not real cum. But you kind of have to simulate that it is
and there was no Patronus
animal. Yeah.
No.
There's no like soggy,
Biscuit.
giraffe biscuit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So okay.
Well, we'll see.
Didn't we say we're going to do something at the end?
I said you were going to show that Star Wars meme,
Ah.
but let's save it for next week because we've gone way over. But
right.
it,
So we
it
are-
is really funny if
We
you
are
like Star
teasing
Wars.
forward to a Star Wars meme
We're
next
doing-
week.
If you have not seen Star Wars Episode 3,
You should watch
watch
it now.
it before next week's episode so you get the meme. But otherwise,
It's also a great flick.
Star Wars Episode 3 is really good.
Really good.
Gets a lot of flack, but, lots of flack for that flick.
Don't do it, Anakin. I have the high ground.
Yeah.
You underestimate my power.
It's over, Anakin.
It's over. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And then that, he's melting and he's like, I hate you.
He's like, you are my brother, Anakin.
You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them.
Bring balance to the Force, not live in darkness. Let's watch it.
What's happened? What does he say at the end? What happened to Padme? Or where is Padme? It seems in your anger you killed him. No.
That is probably the worst moment from the movie.
And it's like the pinnacle moment of the film.
Yeah. Shout out to James Earl Jones.
Star Wars podcast coming soon. Until then, goodbye, amores.
Hello from the other side.
What made you sing that?
Nothing.
If you want full video versions of the pod, head to patreon.com/Harry Potter and the boys and you get a bonus chat at the start of every episode. Plus, if you just want to see videos from me in general, you can head to my YouTube channel, Radio Mike, subscribe there, watch a bunch of videos, my thoughts on other pop culture things. Would love to see you there. See you next week.